Okay guys, this is the solution of your homework. So for number one, tentukan persamaan garis singgung berikut ini ya. So you are to find tangent line of the condition given ya. So first we already have the curve, we already have the function, and we also have the point. So all of the information we needed to find the tangent line is already there. We can continue forward to the steps ya. So step for number one is y-axis. Y-axis equals to 2 times 3 become x, 6x square, minus x square will become 2x, and then plus 3x will become 3 ya. So 6x square minus 2x plus 3 is the first differentiation of the curve, and then the second step will be the gradient. To find the gradient, you only have to substitute the value of x ya. So when x equals to 1, the question give you the point, right? And the value of x at the point is x equals to 1. So when x equals to 1, the value of the y-axis will be 6 times 1 square minus 2 times 1 plus 3. So y-axis will be 6 minus 2 plus 3, and y-axis will be 7. Okay, and this is the gradient of the tangent. Gradient of the tangent is equal to 7. Next is 3. You have to find the equation of the tangent line using this formula, using the point 1,3, of course. Next is to substitute the y1 with 3, gradient of tangent with 7, x1 with 1 ya. So overall you will have y minus 3 equals to 7x minus 7. So y equals to 7x minus 4. There you go. This is the answer for the first questions. And because the questions of number 2 is the same for the curve and the point, yeah, the given information is the same. So I will proceed to number 2a. So for number 2a, the question wants you to find normal line ya, normal line. To find the normal line, you have to find the gradient of tangent first. We already got the gradient of tangent equals to 7. And then from this one, we can find the gradient of normal. Gradient of normal equals to -1 over the gradient of tangent. So the gradient of normal will be -1 over 7. Next is to find the equation of the normal line ya. Y minus y1 equals to gradient of normal times x minus x1. So y minus y1 is 3 equals to gradient of tangent is -1 over 7 times x minus x1 is 1 ya. I got it from the point. The point given is 1,3. So this is the x1 and also the y1. So after this, maybe you want to simplify the expressions. You will have -1 over 7x and then plus 1 over 7, and then move the -3 to the right side. You will get plus 3. So you will get -1 over 7x plus 3 1 over 7, or maybe 22 over 7 ya. Okay, this is the normal line. Next is 1D. For number 1D, we have to differentiate this using u over v ya. This one is the u and this one is the v. We have to prepare the u accent and also the v accent. For the u accent we have 2, and for the v accent we have 1. And then to find the y accent, we have to use this formula, u accent v minus u v accent over v square ya. So y accent will be u accent is 2 times the v is x minus 1 minus the u 2x minus 3, and then the v accent is 1 over v square ya, x minus 1 square. We don't have to simplify this because we already have the first step. We'll go to the second step. For the second step, we have to substitute the value of x. So the question already told you that the abscissa is 2. abscissa is 2. That means the x is 2, yeah. That means this one is x equals to 2. So you have to substitute the x equals to 2 into the first differentiation. 2 times 2 minus 1 minus 2 times 2 minus 3 and then times 1. Actually we don't have to write times 1 over 2 minus 1 squared. Okay, we can calculate it using mental arithmetic, yeah. So the first one will be 2, okay, and the second one will be 4 minus 3 equals to 1 over 1. So the y-axis will be equal to 1, and that means the gradient of the tangent is equal to 1. We can go to the third step. It will be y minus y1 equals to m tangent times x minus x1. Okay, so we have a problem right here because we don't have the point, yeah. So to find the gradient of the to find the equation of the tangent line, we need a curve and a point, right? We already have a curve, but we don't have the point. We only have the value of x. That means to find the point, we have to substitute the x into the y. So you will have y equals to 2 times 2 minus 3 over 2 minus 1. Y equals to 4 minus 3 equals to 1 over 1. So y equals to 1. From this one, you have the point 2, 1. And we can use this point to find the equation of the tangent, yeah. So y minus 1 equals to the gradient of tangent is 1, x minus x1 is 2. Okay, so you will have x minus 2 plus 1, so x equals to x minus 1. So this is the answer for number 1D, yeah. And as you can see from number 1D, we can continue to 2C, yeah. 1D and 2C is the same, but for number 2, the question asks you about the normal line, yeah, not tangent line. So we will use this answer to find the gradient of the normal. We will go to 2C. For 2C, we already have the gradient of tangent equals to 1 from the previous calculation. That means we can find the gradient of normal equals to negative 1 over the gradient of tangent, yeah. So it will be negative 1 over 1 equals to negative 1. Okay, so we already have the gradient of normal. We can proceed to the equation of the normal line using this point 2, 1. So y minus y1 equals to the gradient of the normal times x minus x1. And that means y equals to 1, y minus 1 equals to gradient of normal negative 1 times x minus 2. So you'll have y minus 1 equals to negative x plus 2. So y equals to negative x plus 3. There you go. Okay, next is 1G. For number 1G, the question give you the curve but not the point, yeah. So later we will have to find the point. But the question also told you that the gradient of the tangent form an angle of 45 degree with the x positive, yeah. So if we draw a little bit, if we sketch a little bit of the gradient of the tangent, the angle will be 45 degree, and we also know that the angle of a line represent the gradient, right? So we can find the gradient of tangent using tangent tan 45 degree, yeah. So if you have an angle with the x-axis, that means you can find the gradient of the line. So the gradient of tangent will be 1. Tangent 45 degree equals to 1. So we already have the gradient of tangent. That means we have to reverse the process, yeah. So the first process is y-axis. Y-axis equals to negative 2x plus 3, yeah. And that means this y-axis can be replaced with the gradient of tangent, right? Because y-axis dy over dx equals to gradient of tangent. So it will be 1 equals to negative 2x plus 3. From this one, we can find the value of x. So x equals to 1. There you go. Okay, next is to find the point. To find the point, I can substitute this x to the y. So I have y equals to negative x squared plus 3x minus 1, right? If we substitute the x with 1, you will have negative 1 squared plus 3 minus 1, and therefore you will get negative 2, 1, yeah. So the point is 1, 1. Next is the equation of the tangent. Y minus y1 equals to gradient of tangent times x minus x1. So y minus 1 equals to gradient of tangent is 1 times x minus 1, x minus 1 plus 1, so y equals to x. There you go. Okay, so this is the equation of the tangent for number 1G. And the next one is 2E. So for 2E, the question give you the curve and also the gradient of the normal. Yeah, this one is the gradient of the normal. So the gradient of the normal is negative 1 over 4. That means from this one, we can find the gradient of tangent using this formula. M normal equals to negative 1 over the gradient of tangent. Or of course, you can inverse the function. It will be gradient of tangent equals to negative 1 over the gradient of normal. It will be the same. Yeah, so the gradient of tangent is the negative 1 over negative 1 over 4. So you will have a gradient of tangent equals to 4. Okay, after you get the gradient of tangent, as usual, you have to find the coordinates of the point first. That means you have to reverse the steps. Yeah, so first is y-axis equals to x cubed. It will become 3x squared. 3x squared will become 6x, and then plus 4x will become 4, negative 1 becomes 0. And then after that, we can replace the y-axis with the gradient of tangent, which is 4, equals to 3x squared minus 6x plus 4. And then after that, we can move the 4 to the right side. You will have 3x squared minus 6x. And then you can factorize the x and also the 3. Yeah, 3x in the bracket x minus 2. So from this one, you will get x equals to 0. And from this one, you will get x equals to 2. After that, we need the coordinates of the point. So you can find the coordinates of the point using y equals to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 4x minus 1. Yeah. Okay, let's substitute with 0. 0 cubed minus 3 times 0 plus 4 times 0 minus 1. And the answer is negative 1 for the first one. For the second one, when you replace it with 2 cubed, it will be 8. And then minus 3 times 4 equals to 12. Plus 8 minus 1. 16 minus 12 is 4. 4 minus 1 equals to 3. So for this one, y equals to 3. Okay. And then we already have the point. So the point is 0, negative 1 and also 2, 3. That means we will have two normal lines. For the first one, y minus y1 equals to m normal times x minus x1. Yeah, so y minus y1 minus 1 equals to the gradient of normal is negative 1 over 4 times x minus x1 is 0. So y plus 1 equals to negative 1 over 4x. Y equals to negative 1 over 4x minus 1. This one is the first normal line. Next is the second normal line. You will have y minus y1 3 equals to the gradient of the normal negative 1 over 4. X minus x1 equals to 2. So y minus 3 equals to negative 1 over 4 plus half x half. Okay, good. Next is y equals to negative 1 over 4x plus 1 over 2 plus 3. Yeah, plus 3 means 6 over 2, 7 over 2. Negative 1 over 4x plus 7 over 2. And this one is the second normal line. Next is 2G. For number 2G, we will start from the sejajar dengan garis ya, parallel. If you read parallel or perpendicular, sejajar or tegak lurus, that means the question already give you the gradient, but you have to find it first using calculation. So how to find the gradient? First, you have to take a look at the line. The line given is x plus 3y plus 10 equals to 0. That means you have to find this gradient. Yeah, so to find the gradient, you have to make it into y equal to. That means I will move the x to the right side. It will be negative x, and also the 10, it will be negative 10. So from this one, I will have negative 1 over 3x minus 10 over 3. And that means I already have the gradient of the line, not the normal, yeah, the line. So the gradient of the line will be negative 1 over 3. And the meaning of sejajar right here is the gradient of the normal. The question says, find the gradient of the normal which is parallel with. That means ini tuh sejajarnya tuh sama normal lainnya ya. Nah dari sini, dari M1 ini kita bisa cari gradient of normal. Pakai kata sejajar. Sejajar means M2 equals to M1. And that also means the gradient of the normal will be the same with the gradient of the line, which is negative 1 over 3. Therefore, the gradient of the normal is negative 1 over 3. After that, we have to reverse the steps to find the coordinate of the point. So, the first step is y-accent equals to negative 6x squared plus 6x plus 3 ya. I got this from the curve. Yeah, you differentiate the curve, it will become like this. And then the gradient of the, oh no, we cannot do this one first. We have to find the gradient of the tangent first, yeah. So the gradient of the tangent equals to negative 1 over the gradient of the normal. So negative 1 over negative 1 over 3, so it will be 3. So we already have the gradient of the tangent. And we also know that the gradient of the tangent is y-accent, right? So the y-accent can be replaced with 3 equals to negative 6x squared plus 6x plus 3. So you will have 0 equals to negative 6x squared plus 6x only. And that means you can factorize the negative 6x. You will have x minus 1. And from this one, you can get the x. And for this one also, you can get the x. And next is to find the coordinates, yeah. So the curve is y equals to negative 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x minus 1. That means you can replace the x with 0 to find the y. And you can replace the x with 1 to find the y also. So for the 0, it will be 0 plus 0 plus 0 minus 1. You will have negative 1. And for the 1, you will have negative 2 plus 3 plus 3 minus 1. 6 minus 3 equals to 3. And you already got the coordinates. The coordinates is 0, negative 1 and also 1, 3. And because we already know the gradient of the normal, of course, we can find the equation of the normal right now. So y minus y1 equals to m normal times x minus x1. Y minus y1, that means minus 1, it will become plus 1. Gradient of the normal is negative 1 over 3, x minus 0. So y plus 1 equals to negative 1 over 3x. Y equals to negative 1 over 3x minus 1. Okay, so this is the first one. Next, the second normal line will be y minus y1 equals to the gradient of the normal times x minus x1. So y minus 3 equals to negative 1 over 3 times x minus 1. So y minus 3 equals to negative 1 over 3x plus 1 over 3. Y equals to negative 1 over 3x plus 3 1 over 3, that means 10 over 3. Okay, this is the answer for number 2G. Next is 2h. For number 2h, the question told you that the normal line is tegak lurus ya, perpendicular to this line. So it's the same with the previous number. You have to find the gradient of the line first. X plus y minus 5 equals to 0. I will make it into y equals 2. That means I have to move this x and the 5. Negative x plus 5. And that means I already have the gradient. So the gradient is negative 1. And from this one, we can find the gradient of the normal using perpendicular. Ya, perpendicular means negative 1 over m1. So the gradient of the normal will be negative 1 over negative 1. And the gradient of normal will be 1. Okay, and then after this, I can find the gradient of the tangent from the normal. It will be negative 1 over m normal equals to negative 1 over 1. Oh, it will go back to negative 1, yeah, the gradient of the tangent. So we already have the gradient of the tangent. We already have the gradient of the normal. Now it's time for us to find the y-axis. Y-axis equals to 6x plus 6, yeah, from this curve. Okay. So I can replace the y-axis with the gradient of the tangent, which is negative 1, because they are the same. X plus 6, oh no, it's bad number. Negative 7 equals to 6x, so x equals to negative 7 over 6. So this is the abscissa. Next is to find the y. Yeah? To find the y, you will replace the x with negative 7 over 6. So y equals to 3 times 49 over 36. Oh my god, this is nightmare guys. Negative 7 over 6. Negative 7 over 6. And then minus 1, yeah. So I will have 49 over 12 minus 7 minus 1. That means 49 over 12 minus 8. And the 8 means 96 over 12. I guess negative berapa nih? 47 over 12. 47 over 12. Okay. Bad numbers. Yeah. Next is since we already have the coordinates, which is negative 7 over 6, negative 47 over 12. That means we can find the equation of the normal, ya. Y minus y1 equals to m gradient of the normal times x minus x1. So y minus minus become plus. 47 over 12. Gradient of the normal is 1. 1 times x minus minus become plus again, like this. So y plus 47 over 12 equals to x plus 7 over 6. I will make it into over 12. Y equals to x plus 14 minus 47. 33 ya. Negative 33 over 12. And this is the equation of the normal. Okay, next is page 131, number 1. Tentukan interval fungsi naik dan fungsi turun dulu aja ya. Titik stasionernya nanti belum diajarin guys. Jadi fungsi naik dan fungsi turun dulu. Okay, so for number A, we have y equals to 2x squared negative 8x plus 2. And to find the fungsi naik and fungsi turun, that means we have to find the first gradient. The first differentiation ya. So it will be y-axis equals to 4x minus 8. And to find the fungsi naik, that means y-axis should be greater than 0. So 4x minus 8 should be greater than 0 for fungsi naik ya, for fungsi naik and for fungsi turun. Okay, for fungsi turun it will be 4x minus 8 less than 0. Because the question is so simple, the equation is like 4x minus 8 only ya. It doesn't contain square root or fraction. We can find the naik and turun easily using the formula. Yeah, so the naik will be 4x minus 8 greater than 0 because fungsi naik, that means f-aksen x greater than 0 ya, or y-aksen greater than 0. So 4x minus 8 greater than 0, we will have 4x greater than 8, x greater than 2. for fungsi naik. Fungsi naik itu terjadi ketika x-nya lebih besar dari 2. Bagaimana dengan turun? For x less than 8, so x less than 2. Turun, the curve will be decreasing in the interval of x less than 2. Yeah, so this one is the naik and this one is the turun. Okay, next is for number 1e. For 1e, I have to find the y-axis, of course. It will be 6x squared minus 18x minus 24. Yeah. And then for this one, it will be a little bit complicated if you use the formula f(x) greater than 0 or less than 0. You will have two calculations. Yeah. So to solve this quickly, you have to find the value of x first by making the y-axis equals to 0. So x squared minus 8x minus 24 equals to 0. Yeah, and this step also in my explanation before. Yeah, you can find this in my video also. Divided by 6, so x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals to 0. So from this one you will get the value of x, negative 4 and then plus 1. So you will have x equals to 4 and x equals to negative 1. Yeah. In naik turun, you don't have to find the value of y. We don't need the point. We only need the x. Yeah, the value of x. And then after this, you have to create the number line. The number line will be negative 1 and 4. And then testing for a value of x. Yeah, x equals to let's say 0. And then masukin ke sini. So you will have 0 minus 0 minus 4. You only need the negative or positive sign. It will be negative 4. So the result will be negative. So 0 is negative. We know that 0 is right here, negative. And this one is positive. And this one is positive. The positive one is the naik interval. The negative one is the turun interval. Gitu. Ya. Jadi naiknya itu antara min 1 sampai 4. So negative 1 less than x less than 4 will be naik. And no, it will be turun ya. This one is turun. And x less than negative 1 or x more than 4 is the naik. Okay. Next is 1h. Yeah, for 1h we have this equation. So y accent equals to 4x cubed plus 12x squared. Yeah, and then we have to find the roots, the value of x, by making the y accent equal to 0. 0 equals to 4x cubed plus 12x squared, and then 0 equals to, you can factorize the 4x squared to the front. You will have x plus 3. Yeah, x plus 3. So from this one, you will have x equals to 0. From this one, x equals to negative 3. But take note that the x equals to 0 is, we have 2x equals to 0. Yeah, because we got it from x squared, right? X squared means x and x. That means we have x equals to 0 from this one. And we have x equals to 0 from this one also. So we have 2, 0 actually. Yeah. Okay. And this one is important when you create the number line. So the number line will be negative 3 and 0. And then test for value of x. We cannot test for x equals to 0 because 0 is already in the number line. That means we have to find another value of x. Yeah. Substitute the 1 into the y-axis. So you will get 4 times 1 plus 12 times 1 equals to 16. And 16 means positive, right? And that means 1 is positive. And then when it moves to the adjacent area, it will be negative. Oh no, it will still positive ya. Kenapa tetap positif? Karena nolnya ada 2. Waktu kelas 10 at the 10th grade, I already told you that when you have double x, that means the sign is not changed. please remember that ya. When you move to the left area, it will become negative. Okay, so this one is the turun, and this one is the naik. So for naik, it will be x greater than negative 3. For the turun, it will be x less than negative 3 ya. This one is naik, and this one is turun. Okay guys, this is the solution of your homework. That means already done. We'll meet again in my next video. Bye.